Yeah, Ryan, it's good to see you. Obviously, a little spell out with an injury. How frustrating is that when you want to be out there doing your bit and you can't?
Yeah, it's very frustrating, especially when it happens in training. When obviously normally doesn't happen in training, it happens in games. But it's frustrating. But I was lucky, so it was supposed to be out. Could have been the season, but it was only 4 weeks. So done the recovery well, and I'm feeling good now.
We spent a little bit of time in the treatment room recently talking to a couple of long-term injured players and a couple of the medical staff. 4 weeks is a relatively short time, obviously, in a football season, but it's still quite a long time. Is it difficult to sort of see the light at the end of the tunnel, or are you very focused on, if I do this, I'll be back quicker?
No, yeah, because it's 4 weeks. I looked at the positives, as I said, like it could have been my season done, only 4 weeks. And the only thing is, when you're missing games and you're watching the lads, obviously you're supporting them, but you just want to be out there. So no, I wasn't really. I was just focused on week, get myself back fitness-wise and ready to go.
How are you on the watching? Because I suppose on a home game, at least there's a lot of you here, and you kind of got your mates. But when it's an away game, presumably you're at home, just like the rest of the fans.
Yeah, just at home watching it on my iPad. It's not the same, obviously, but I'm cheering the lads on, hoping for the win. Yeah, I'd rather be out there.
How have things changed in terms of the way results have gone recently? Because there was that Fleetwood result, and I think there was a lot of talk about the meeting afterwards and the turnaround that's happened since then. Being back available and back to fitness, is it better to come into a team that's been producing and has been getting some results rather than perhaps a few weeks ago when it was a poor run?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. When the confidence in the group now is back up to where it should be, and it's showing on the pitch. So I'm happy to come back, and all the lads are flying, they're doing well. Now we need to carry on this form now into Saturday.
I know the manager has spoken about unprecedented levels of injuries in his long career.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys in the changing room have never seen anything quite like it.
Yeah.
When you first came into the side, I think it's probably fair to say it was because there were a couple of injuries in the first place.
Yeah.
How much does it show that this group of players know their roles and can slot in and have got that flexibility? I think of something like Seamus Keneally playing in a back three, for example, when Doug Tharm's been unavailable. Yeah. Is there a depth of option there, even though it's not the deepest squad?
Yeah, I think it's the characters that the lads have got. They'll do anything for the team to get the win. And on the training pitch, the gaffer and Jimmy, John, they put us through sessions so everyone knows, say if they have to slot in somewhere, what to do, where to be. So yeah, it happens in the training pitch, but also it's the character they've got, that wanting to win for the team, for the club.
It's the classic thing that players say, I think, that I'll play anywhere if I'm getting picked, sort of thing. Is that the real feeling in there?
Yeah, it is, it really is. And that's credit to everyone in the changing room, yeah.
As far as the league is concerned, this little upturn has come when there's been a bit of a break from the league, and there's been progress in the trophy and progress in the FA Cup, which is obviously great. How important is it that you can replicate those performances in league games?
Yeah, it's massive. Obviously, we've had the win against Cambridge, and we could see a bit of a gap, but still we need to get a few more wins. We want to push up the table and not look back, really.
There are a lot of teams on 20-ish points, kind of in that lower middle section of the table. December's traditionally a time where there's a lot of games. There isn't as many Saturday, Tuesdays as there has been earlier in the season, but how much is it an opportunity just to get points on the board and get up that table?
Yeah, 100%. Everyone wants to win every game, and that's the main focus, because as I said, we want to keep looking forward, pushing forward, and I believe we can do that comfortably, yeah.
Is there a degree of concern about that gap to the relegation zone? Is it human nature to think about it?
Maybe, but I don't think we're just trying to win games and push forward. That's our main goal, and we can do that.
Clearly there's been a real change defensively. Is that the whole team? Is that attitude? Is that being switched on for 95 minutes? Obviously you've been involved in it and you've been playing and you've been watching it in recent weeks. Has something changed?
I'd say so, yeah. The whole team's working together better. Obviously Toby's been in goal, he's been brilliant. And the back four, solid. Back five, solid. Then everyone's been around solid. It starts from the front, and as we've defended well as a team.
As a defender, if you can keep a clean sheet, partially that's your job done, isn't it?
Yeah, you could say so, yeah.
Does it make it a little bit less pressurised for the forward players if they can feel confident you're going to keep a clean sheet? One goal has won the last 3 games.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. If they take their chances and they're confident in defence, keeping a clean sheet, it makes it a lot easier for everyone, doesn't it? So, yeah.
Earlier in the season, we had a situation where goals were flying in left, right and centre at both ends.
Yeah.
That must be quite stressful to deal with as a player.
Yeah,
is it less stressful to win 1-0, even though sometimes it might be trying to see a game out?
I think I'd prefer to win 1-0 every day of the week, clean sheet. Yeah, I'd a lot rather that. But sometimes you concede more than one, don't you? And you have to bounce back, score, and we got that in the team.
Can you see and feel the difference in the changing room from a few 1-0s and 3 clean sheets on the bounce?
100%, yeah. The mood's completely different. The boys are... I was been out and running with Matty, and you can tell the trainer's lifted. Everything just seems like it's lifted up 10%. So yeah, you can definitely feel it.
It's very easy to say, isn't it, that you don't get too high when you win and too low when you lose, and that is the aim.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you're here to win games, aren't you? So if you are winning games, that's going to make you feel better.
Yeah, 100%. That's what we're here to do. On a Tuesday or a Saturday is win the game of football, and we'll do anything we can to do that.
There's a very strange footballing weekend this weekend in the sense that the World Cup's going on and there are second round games going on. Lots of fixtures have been moved to different kick-off times. Accrington are still playing Saturday at 3 o'clock. Does your preparation just stay exactly the same? Have you got the blinkers on?
Exact same, yeah, as normal. On a Saturday, 3 o'clock, yeah, we know everything to do. Get ready for the game now. Prepare today, tomorrow, then we're ready to go. Before
the game, will you pay any attention to the games that have kicked off earlier?
I don't think I will, no. People might do, but I don't think I would, no.
And as far as the 3 points that are at stake, we talked about the importance of league games. 3 more points on that total, just 1 win like you got at Cambridge. How much of a difference can that make? Not just the psychological, but the actual league table.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. I don't know the exact points around us, but it would make a massive difference on there and obviously in the changing room with the lads.
And I suppose we talked about your injury and coming back and being back in contention. It's not a given that you're going to play with the results that have been recently, the performances that have been recently. Is that, in a weird way, a kind of competition that you welcome?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Keeps me driving to succeed here, keep playing. I want to play, and I know the challenges are here, and I'm looking forward to it.
Has it changed, not necessarily your outlook on football, but do you look at it differently now that you've played regularly first team football rather than maybe had a little taste and been out of it and gone back into it? The fact that you actually did have a real run of games and then got injured.
Yeah, as I said, I've missed it a lot. I love playing out there, so I want to be straight back into it. Yeah, I need to get myself back ready for it.
Who are those characters that you talked about in there? Obviously those that step up and stick their hand up, but I imagine there are those guys in there who, when you do get a setback, are there for you straight away.
Yeah, like Seamus, Sean Morley, Sean McConville. They're all real good pros, and you can approach them with anything. They're spot on in there. They keep everyone going.
And as a young player, particularly being on loan, do you learn stuff that's not to do with the training pitch or the football pitch? Do you kind of learn, it sounds really cheesy to say life lessons, but do you learn as a person from coming out and doing something like this?
Yeah, I've learned a lot already, and I want to keep learning, keep listening to all of them in the change room. The gaffer as well, John, Jimmy. Yeah, it's hard to explain it coming from an under-21s environment, coming to a first team, and I'm loving it, yeah.
Obviously there's 3 points at stake every week and people's livelihoods on the line if bad things happen. Do you really get a feel for that until you get out there and do it?
Yeah, when you hear that, say a few years ago I'd hear it, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I've come here now and realised like how much points mean, and as I said, yeah, it's what I've wanted this for a while, and now I'm loving it, I'm here.
And obviously, with the greatest respect to under-21s football, there are crowds here, there are people who are going to cheer you and get on your case if it goes wrong sometimes. Yeah. That connection that you have at a club of this size with the supporters, is that something that takes a bit of getting used to, or did it sort of fall into place for you straight away?
I'd say so straight away. The fans here are great. As long as you work hard, give everything, I think they'll always be behind us. And obviously a few games we dropped a bit, but every other game they've been right behind us because they can see that we're giving everything. So yeah, the fans here are real good.
And the manager made a point of that, didn't it, about that Fleetwood performance and dropping off those levels. Do you think there's a sort of general appreciation, even if you lose this weekend, if you've absolutely left everything out there, that everybody inside the stadium will kind of applaud you off?
Yeah, exactly. They'll clap us off as long as they know that we've give everything. And as a group, we're ready to do that on Saturday.